Okay, and we are live.
Hooray.
Yep, we got, looks like Sojan, Ty, and a Lincoln is lurking. A lurking Lincoln. And how are you, Ty?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That answers it all. How are you? Maniacal laugh. Good to hear.
Excellent. Yes, they should all pay. They should pay. And I have reasonable rates.
Reasonable. I tells you, reasonable.
And I take credit. You saw my post earlier about how little sleep I had last night, right?
A little bit. I glanced over it. It was a little bit of a busy day at work initially, so.
I got out of work about 1:45, sit down in my car. My cat says hello.
Yep.
I jerk awake and it's like 4:30.
Okay.
So for 2.5 hours, I was sitting there in the parking lot of my job.
Just pass the F out.
Yeah.
All right.
Power nap.
Yep.
Yeah, probably for the best anyway. If I was that tired, I shouldn't have been driving.
No. Yeah.
No.
Gosh.
Oh.
Everyone says hello. You know,
Yeah.
I can't.
Hello, Gato con Fuego. Okay, so yeah, looking at the wizard. Looks like there's some grays underneath the robe. Stuff like that. 42 months? That's the answer.
All of them.
Now we just need to know what the hell the question is.
That comes later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a rainy gray for the underrobes because it seems to match. And how was everyone else's Monday though?
Not too shabby.
Aside from lack of sleep, Ty, how was yours?
Everything went fine.
Well, that's good.
Smooth. You don't work.
Oh yeah, I was telling Davo about fixing your garage door opener.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. I feel slightly embarrassed about that, but yeah, I just didn't catch that one pin was bent.
Yeah, it happens.
But that's why we call over Sojan, because he looks at it, tells it you're gonna work, and it goes, yes, sir.
Oh yeah, the Capitane. It is my superpower.
Yep.
You broke your garage door opener?
Well, one of the sensors wasn't working, so like in order to close it, you had to press and hold the button for it to go down. And it must have gotten bumped or something, because every now and then it'll just kind of fritz out, and like we unplug it and plug it back in, then it works fine. Well, one of the pins was bent for that plug-in then, so then that's why it wasn't working.
It was actually both of the pins had both been pushed back.
Oh,
so
okay.
Either one of them were making connection.
Alrighty. Meow meow meow, skin graft, meow meow. Proud dad moment there when got my oldest, because I would always go to her with a cat going meow meow meow, skin graft, meow meow, like from that episode of Family Guy. And one day at a family gathering, she grabs a cat and just walks around and goes meow meow meow, skin graft, meow meow. and, and my brother looks at me just like, did she just say that line from Family Guy? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And my sister-in-law laughs, but kind of just shakes her head too.
He is your child.
Yep. Okay. Alright, and let's work on the beard. Actually, we'll work on the hands and face first. Then we'll work on the beard. What's that? Be right back. Okay. Probably go with Black Hearth Flesh, then go up to Stark Naked.
Hello.
Hey, Doc.
Oh,
What's up? Yar, 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 yar.
Not a lot. And kind of a long day.
All right. Well, sit down, have some plaid. Ty brought some this time. It's fresh.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Thank you, Ty.
He's out getting more out of the oven right now. I'm not going nuts on the detail. I just want to see the detail.
Detail.
Did anyone use 23andMe?
Nope.
No. That's good. They have predictably gone bankrupt. Well, I don't know, predictably gone bankrupt, but they've gone bankrupt and now all their genetic information is being sold.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Doc.
Now,
Did you say?
now all the people's genomes are being black marketed.
Did you say 23andMe went bankrupt?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Hello?
Hello there.
Hey.
Jeez, technical difficulties. Dang it.
Lincoln. He's here.
I am Heather,
Oh,
and I bring sword, brew, and maidens.
All right.
Oh, that's nice of you. I mean, I didn't bring anything.
I mean, all we required was plaid, and it was Ty's turn, and it turned out amazing.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
yeah, I went with Clan McLeod. Because there can be only one.
Yep.
When I was in Scotland, they had, like, in the tourist areas, they had tables of, this is your tartan, if you're clan this, you can buy your tartan clothing here. And I went up and looked at some the gal was like, well, what's your clan? I'm like, yeah, I got none, I'm just looking.
Yep.
I'm just looking for a pattern I like.
Exactly.
That's about where I'd be.
I am decidedly not Scottish in any way, shape, or form.
Yep.
Yeah, neither am I. I've heard that clan tartan stuff is all bull crap anyway. But maybe that's me misremembering something.
I mean,
You
the
can't
clans actually had
misremember.
tartan description.
Yeah, I guess
but
that's true.
not everybody was Scottish, so.
And I think not everyone who is Scottish was in a clan.
Mhm.
Kind of like the Venn
And
diagram of not all cheaters are fuckheads, but all fuckheads are cheaters.
Yeah.
And I'm Danish, so my ancestors probably used your tartans as a tablecloth.
I was gonna say with the German heritage, I'm sure there was probably a tartan laying around somewhere from somewhere that someone had acquired it.
Most likely, yes.
Germans everyone, always, forever.
Yep.
German and Tartan. I can't help think of that scene from The Last Crusade. Nice, called a sniffle.
Yeah.
You Scottish Lord, I am Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Good scene.
Speaking of which, I finally got around to seeing Dial of Destiny.
Wasn't too bad, was it? Not the best, but not like,
Yeah, it
it was fun.
in a couple of ways, it was honest to the fact that Dr. Jones had gotten older. He wasn't the adventurer he used to be.
Yep.
Shut.
I was just thinking about that movie the other day. I enjoyed it on the whole. I thought it was pretty good.
I won't lie. I wish they had used the dial to save Mutt.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of his character, but for Indiana's sake.
Yeah. It did get kind of long. There was a point in the middle where I was like, okay, we get on with that already. But overall, I thought it was pretty good. It was certainly better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Though that was a pretty low bar to clear.
Yep.
Yes. Don't actively suck.
Got it.
Did anyone else get out and see Thunderbolt?
Nope.
I've been toying with it.
I've heard it's good.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
I'll wait for it to pop on the streaming.
Yeah, I've been tempted to go see it in the theater. Just because of its good buzz.
Yeah, go.
But,
I'd say go see it. Treat yourself, Doc.
more about a matter of time.
Make the time. Treat yourself.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not like
I admit.
jumping
sorry, go
for
ahead.
a movie to go to.
I will definitely be going to see the new Superman movie.
That does look
The trailer,
good.
But trailer.
Ugh. Oh, Lincoln, you still good for coming down this weekend to help with Uber? That's this weekend,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. And oh darn, we're gonna have to stop by the Warhammer store on Saturday because
Very
I'm
nice.
gonna have to do my for the Space
For the
Wolves.
Space Wolf.
Yep. For the Vilka Fenrika.
Have you seen oh, what was it? The Saturnian Guard bundle that kind of leaked?
Uh-uh.
It's Horus Heresy.
Oh, with the Saturnine Dreadnoughts?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Or
Yeah, it looks
Saturnine
Terminators.
Yeah, Terminators.
And Dreadnoughts.
And Dreadnoughts, yep.
If that is what actually is in that case, I will probably end up acquiring that.
I can't say that I blame you.
Because it looks neat.
Yep. And like, I hate how GW will kind of help retcon stuff on their Twitter, and they're just ham-fisted about it. Like, they've always been there. Nyeh. I'm like, guys, come on. Just do something like, oh, we uncovered other, Remembrancer, holovids or something like that. I don't know. And just gussy it up with a little bit of lit dust. Like, have Aaron Dembski Bowden, like, write just like a 3-paragraph story about why they're back or why they're there. And that'll, like, satisfy the nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Custodes one was just trying to appease a certain group of individuals.
Yeah,
so.
and again, I don't care if they had female Custodes or female Space Marines. I'll just come out and say it. Just don't be like, it's here now. No, like, they had the perfect opportunity. Like, oh, hey, like, Call was experimenting with this too and figured out how to make it work for everyone now. So that way, like, everyone can become a Space Marine. It's that simple. Like,
Yeah, it sounded like they pretty much already retconned it back, because it sounded like it was 99% for the Amazon show thing. That
Yeah.
People were like, this needs to happen for inclusivity and yada yada. So.
yeah,
They're like, oh, the nerds are angry because we did it badly, so we're just gonna retcon it back to what it was.
which I'll agree. They did do it, like, again, they did it badly, or they were very, as I say, ham-fisted about it. Your hands like spatchcocks, however we want to go about this. But, yeah, if they would have just handled it with just, like, a little bit more tact, like, I think it all would have been fine. But I'm
I
not
still
trying.
think the best one I saw from that was it was a comic, and it showed, like, what was it? Was it an Inquisitor or someone?
Oh yeah, and there was a
They were
female
like,
custodes, and they said there's always been, and it's a Zench sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The third eye pops in.
yeah,
Like, that's the way that it should have happened.
yep. You know what? I'm gonna go with Dark Ivory for his beard. I think that would work. Don't you guys?
But what about the beard on the inside?
The beard on the inside is red, like mine will always be.
I was going to say, on the flip side, there's people you can't satisfy no matter what.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
No. There will be people that are angry.
No, there will people be angry.
Yes.
Yes.
That's also.
There will people be much angers. Whoa, hey, it was excited to see me too. Jeez.
No.
I guess I hit the right spot on that one. And the fact that it's Dark Ivory, ugh, like.
Two on the nose. Because I remember way back in the early 2000s, in the issue of Dragon magazine, they're doing some, new Greyhawk lore, and one was about a deposed prince and his resistance movement, and it made mention of his consort, who was a male. So, inclusivity.
Mm-hmm.
But it was done hastily.
Yeah.
And next issue, there was someone bitching and griping about us. How dare Ronald Moore, no, Roger Moore, write this? He's not gay. He's and Roger Moore's response was best. He's like, I'll write what I want to write. You don't tell me what I can and can't write.
Yep. Oh, hey, Doc.
What?
Mod.
Aww. Possible Vanivator monitoring.
Yeah. We're gonna say more than just a possible Vanivator.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, totally is.
I help you, Stella.
Stella.
She got that name because she has like a white star pattern on her forehead. My mother named her.
Okay.
I was taking my mother to a doctor's appointment. When we got to the car, we heard this pitiful meowing, and up underneath our car comes a little kitten. And we couldn't just leave her out there, so just look up a cat.
See, that's how they get you.
You were part of the cat delivery system.
Yep.
I don't know if my eyeballs like me good enough to be using the insane detail brush tonight.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm kind of the same way right now. I'm going to put my jeweler's glasses back on. Yes, so I can get the eyebrows.
Beard's
The
coming
brow
up,
of
Mike.
eyes.
What's that?
The brow
Beard's
of
coming
eyes.
up, Mike.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Ty. And what were you saying? Third time's a charm, so, Jan.
I said the brow of eyes.
Yes.
Sorry, Sergeant.
So what are you working on tonight, Jan?
My Centurions.
Okay. Lincoln, what are you working on?
Not a dang thing, man.
All right. Doc?
I just banned that guy.
Okay, cool. Ty? Aside from staying awake, what are you working on?
I've been prepping a giant dire rat.
Ooh.
The rat
Yeah.
direness.
Yep.
Well,
An eBay seller. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, they're like normal rats, but dire.
Of
And this one's of
extraordinary
unusual
size.
size. That eBay printer that I buy from occasionally has switched over to resins instead of pla.
Okay.
Looks so much better.
Well, there you go.
I've been playing more Expedition 33
How's that going?
slowly.
Okay.
I think for whatever reason I seem to be able to play about 2 hours at a time, and then I'm like, okay, I need a break. and I'm not sure why, because it's not a very intense game. But I did have to. I ran into a boss battle where I didn't exactly get stomped, but it was hard, and I
It was-
decided to
a harsh learning curve.
Yeah, yeah. It was one of those bosses where, like, as you're finally getting him down to his last bit of health, he's like, "Oh, suddenly I'm actually incredibly tough."
Yep.
Oh, let me pick up this piece of armor that's been laying on the ground the whole
Mhm.
time.
Exactly, that kind of thing.
Oh, that was
In the
just a test.
In the combat, there, the enemy will have like shields, like not literal shields that they're holding, but something that will appear on their health bar, a shield,
Yeah.
and you have to hit them once to get rid of the shield, and then you can hit their health bar. Well, he started off with like 3, but by the end of the combat, when I was on my way to losing the first time, he had like 9.
Wow.
It's insane. Yeah. So after I failed, I decided to, go do random encounters, grind my level up,
Mhm.
and then I was able to go back and beat him fairly easily. It's like he didn't even do the same stuff because I took him down so fast.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. But it was good. I'm learning the combat. I figured out that so there's a dodge and parry system where if you can parry an enemy attack, you can counterattack for really high damage.
Yep.
But it's pretty hard to hit. It's hard to hit the parry timing just right, especially for me. But I am getting you can dodge, which doesn't give you any counterattack, but you don't take any damage. I'm getting better at that.
Have you taken my advice to heart
It does.
with the whole guard turn, dodge, parry, turn, thrust, and then
Well, yes, that's why I'm doing better.
see,
I
yeah,
figured
and
that's
then
exactly
then
what it is.
before the combat, did you yell "yoicks" and away?
Oh, I forgot that part.
See,
I'll remember that next time.
yeah, that's what will just tip it into your favor.
Yeah.
Dodgers in the 21st and a half centuries.
Yeah, the 24th and a half century.
Big deal.
Yeah.
Getting a little discouraged though. I might give up on it.
Oh no, don't do
What
that.
kind of game is it, Dak?
It's a turn-based RPG, but it is French as opposed to Japanese.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. It looks really cool, and the combat is neat. I'm starting to get the hang of it, which is good because I don't really play JRPGs hardly at all. But everyone says this game is like game of the year material.
Yeah, they did a nice job on the soundtrack, and there's parts of the story, like the voice acting and stuff's pretty decent. Like, I mean, for the size of the studio,
Oh yeah, I heard they're a real small studio.
it's
Yeah, it was pretty much just like a handful of dudes, wasn't it?
like ex-Ubisoft, I think, even, which is awesome because, small company can go out and make a better game than a large company.
Yeah, the big boys.
Yeah, my roommate has it, and so I've been watching him play it. And the premise is really interesting too. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. It looks hard, honestly. Like, even though it's turn-based, like the parry system, like he doesn't nail it, and I feel like he does pretty good, but it does look like there's kind of a curve to it. But watching him play that made me want to go back and play Final Fantasy VII. Both of those, the remake and the grade and rebirth.
I just need to sit back down and play more Tactics Ogre.
I actually busted out Minecraft the other day.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the wife was talking about acquiring it 'cause she was watching the movie.
Mm.
I was like, alright, I better dust my skills off so when you ask me 1,000 questions, I remember how to play the game.
Yep.
How do you make a thing? I don't know. Google it.
Yeah, Google that shit. Yeah, I am. I'm asking you.
I'm asking you, Mr. Google.
But the second they call you Mr. Joogle, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Conjugal? I hope your relationship involves that.
Yeah. Okay, and
I think to put those in place where I remember where they were.
Well, no, you probably put them exactly in a place where you'd remember where they are. That's why you can't find them.
yeah, they're just right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You should go acquire a new set of them, and then you'll find that you have now 2 sets of them. That is the way of things.
Yeah.
Yep, this is the way.
You sounded like you were holding back a fart.
No, I was getting up, so I was making dad noises.
Ah.
Alright, so we're going to try Soul Blight Gray shade on the beard, but, yeah, we're going to have to moix it. Look at how separated this thing is.
Yeah, I was just going to say that the other day when you were talking about colors that had separated. Of those.
Yep.
You do the same thing.
Yeah, a lot of the contrasts do that.
Well, yeah, because I think I mixed it last week, and it's
Yeah.
just as separated as what
Mhm.
yours is right now.
And yeah, so look, just after sitting on the moixer for a little bit, like, there's still... I'm going till that's all gone.
Maybe not.
Getting there. There we go.
Completely moist now.
There's just a little bit right there. Do I keep giving it both barrels till it's all gone?
Up to you. I really don't know how to deal with that stuff.
Pretty much mix it till it's gone.
Okay, well, there you go then.
Plus, I don't think I've ever actually opened up this wash and used it.
I was just kept spinning mine around, like hold it upside down, then hold it right side up, then upside down, then right side up. Be the fastest way to get it to actually moisten.
Well, and I actually did turn it upside down for a little bit too, so that way it would just kind of be working it off. Okay.
Oh, good. It's not throw away the thing that I thought I threw away for a second.
Well, good. I'm glad you didn't throw away whatever you thought you'd thrown away.
It was the cords for my old headset.
Ah. Yep. I got rid of the box of cords once. Never again now.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned from the folly of my ways. Forgive me, brothers,
still
for I've
learning that.
sinned. Yeah, you know what? That actually added just enough little panache. Made that look really good.
It does.
But yeah, I think I forgot to tell you before I came over on Friday, I was running a little bit behind because I accidentally threw my work truck keys away into the dumpster.
Oh, that sucks.
Nice.
I had,
Oh no.
They had a pile of like plastic band straps for like pallets
Uh-huh.
laying on the ground. So I picked them up and tossed them away like early that morning. And my keys kind of hang out of my pocket with like a key tag on them.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Evidently, it had caught the key ring and it all went in the dumpster. So I'm getting ready to leave for the day, and I'm like, where the hell did my keys go? Like, I drove here. I have to have them.
Uh-huh.
So I start wandering around all the places I've been. I was like, you know, I threw some stuff away in the dumpster. What do you bet that I did this? And I popped the door open, and I saw him hanging. I saw my key tag, pretty much. I was like, ooh, good. I gotcha.
Yeah, that was lucky.
Very lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't think about that a week later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That happened to me recently, though not with something as important as my keys. I couldn't find my credit card. Couldn't find it anywhere. Didn't know where it was. And so I finally remembered that when I get prescriptions at Walgreens and I pay with my credit card, sometimes they'll put it in an envelope when they hand it back to you,
Ah.
which is exactly where it was. In the envelope. In the trash.
They put your credit card in an envelope instead of just handing it to you?
Well, so I go through the drive-thru sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I suppose to get it back through the little...
Exactly. When they put it through the pneumatic thing, especially.
I
It
gotcha.
makes sense. It makes sense.
Yes.
I just forgot to take it out. So I remembered where it was once the trash was already on its way to the landfill. But it's just a credit card. No big deal. I just
Yep.
got another one.
The card probably had a scratch on it anyways. It was time for a new one.
Honestly, it was pretty beat up.
Yeah.
Come on, eyeballs, focus.
Yeah. I know that struggle.
And by focus, I don't mean cross.
Yeah.
Say, Doc, Sojan, Ty,
Yes.
no one in this chat happens to have a AMD graphics card running around doing nothing, do they?
No.
How old you?
Well, I'm running a 6650. I'm just looking for maybe something a little newer is all. And GPU prices are, out of control.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
6650, like a Radeon HD 6650?
No. RX 6650 XT. I was running a 1080 Ti, but it finally gave up the ghost. And so I swapped over to the 6650 because, well, that's what I had. And also I'm running SteamOS on my desktop, so, yeah.
I mean, I have a 1080 Ti that I'm not really using, but I was going to use it for something. I was thinking of using it for something.
I'm specifically looking for AMD because NVIDIA doesn't give a rat's about Linux drivers. And so the AMD platform right now is the friendliest for SteamOS. And I am trying to force myself to learn so that I can migrate away from Windows and its crazy stuff. I still like 10. Yeah. I still like 10, but 11 I'm just starting to finally lose my taste for Microsoft.
Yeah, no, I've got nothing that would meet your need.
Well, my newest card is a 1070 Ti. And I'm still rocking the shit out of it.
And the 1000 series was legend.
Yeah, I have a GTX 1080. I have a 1080 Ti I bought a while ago. Because I was going to take the heatsink off of it and use it with a whatever the super high-end one NVIDIA did that they don't do anymore. I used for a Titan RT, or not for a Titan RTX, but whatever the Titan version of the 10 series was. But I ended up not keeping that card, so now I have a GTX 1080 that the only fault is that its HDMI port, or a 1080 Ti, that's the only fault that its HDMI port doesn't work.
Interesting. See, I wonder if that's what happened to mine. But I didn't have monitors that supported. I couldn't get display out of anything. It started over the course of like 4 months. I would sporadically have black screens. It would be in and out in the middle of gameplay.
Oh, that's
and
bad.
then I thought, well, maybe it's drivers.
Probably just that HDMI port. The DP to HDMI adapters actually aren't that bad a price, or even full-on cord assemblies.
Yeah, I do have a display port to HDMI adapter. Because I had one HDMI going to my TV and then one going to my monitor.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's my current setup. I got the one running to the big TV, and then TV running to the main monitor.
Very nice, very nice. Well, I have a bunch of hardware listed for sale thread and Tech Power Up, and I'm hoping someone out there I have listed that I am looking for a trade for an AMD GPU of sorts.
I got lots of GTX 970s if you want one of those. The only Radeon cards I have very old.
Gotcha. The 970 actually is a great card because it was the last NVIDIA generation that supported true analog out. So,
I don't think any of mine have VGA out. They just have DVI. But maybe one of the DVI first goes DVI to VGA. I don't know.
Yep, that's right. And so, yeah, it's got the built-in. You can use one of those adapters, and it's good analog signal, so you can use it. They're great for like old EMU. If you got hooked up to a CRT or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Which I do have a couple of CRTs. I've been saving to build small like arcade units.
I know I have a 9 something laying around somewhere. Maybe that's in the wife's desktop. I can't remember. I kept hoping that the 40 series would go down in price with 50s coming out, but that didn't happen.
No, they've got this figured out, man. It'll never be like it was again. They have figured out how to stock, how to blame the supply chain, and
Gotta
just
blame
have enough on the
developers.
shelf to sell out at any given shipment. And it's. And I think the consoles actually taught them how to do that because Microsoft and Sony, have been able to sell previous gen to the people that want to buy it, and then the newest stuff, with higher prices to the people that need the latest and greatest. PS5 Pro is a great example. So they're hitting all those price points, and people are just willing to pay it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's gonna hinge, I think, in part on how all this AI stuff turns out. If this actually ever goes anywhere, or if it's gonna be a couple years and people figure out, this isn't actually reliable. We can't use it.
Yeah, there's some talk about it just being a bubble. I have no idea. As long as it doesn't develop into Skynet.
Yeah, that's all we ask. No Skynet, please.
And if
It
it
doesn't
does,
seem like too
then
much to ask.
I fully expect Matt to throw on a Terminator 2 soundtrack and blare it. I mean, they had to figure out something, honestly, because every generation, when it comes to GPUs nowadays, like, the returns are diminishing. Like, the manufacturing is getting more expensive to do die shrinks, and it's not like the old days where you could have like double the performance. Now it's just 10%, or we got to use fake frames or frame gen to get and then use AI to make the picture look decent enough to trick you into thinking it's actually an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always keep looking back at the speed test on GPUs and stuff like that, and I'm kind of looking at everything compared to the 1070 Ti. It's like, it's not actually that much like faster and gooder than what I have.
The 1070?
Yeah.
When the performance boost percentage is way, way less than like the price percentage, like it just doesn't make sense. I'll pay double for 20 more percent. Yeah, they just keep pricing me out of all the hobbies that I like.
That's why you need to pick a hobby like digging holes and filling them back in.
Nah, that's why he wants to get into Warhammer.
There we go.
I was gonna say, hole digging is your chiropractor prices you out of that.
Yep.
So I decided I would love to either Halloween as Mando or as a Space Marine. But I'm gonna have to get that project started sooner rather than later, or it'll be next year.
Yep.
Yeah, those are pretty big projects, especially if you want to try like 2-scale Space Marine.
You gonna do like 3D print, or you gonna do like paper cura?
Yeah, the ladder.
Just the
I've seen some pretty good,
folded paper.
or even foam. I've seen some really good outcomes with the foam, whatever you call that material.
EVA foam usually.
I've never done it, so I thought, oh, what the heck, it'd be cool.
Yeah, I see it a lot at the cons and stuff I go to. So
Ty, is that a kitty cat I hear purring?
Nope, that is a Thai snoring.
Ah,
Oh, that's
sleepy tie.
there.
I was gonna say for a hot second there, I'm just like, well, Ty hasn't said anything in a little bit. I wonder if he's out.
And you were right to wonder.
Yep. Just like some of those days hanging out with Sojan. Well, the Mercury switch flipped. He's out.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, yeah, you seem to fall asleep a lot less now that we're talking to you.
Yes. Well, and I'm busy doing things.
Yeah.
Also, you're engaged. True. Yes.
Because if I was just sitting here, just chatting at you guys, I would. There's still a chance I might fall asleep. But since I'm actively working on a thing and like doing crap with my hands and
Yep.
focusing on little small things.
Doc has been subscribed for 42 months.
Yep.
Wow.
And the only one who's subscribed longer is Sojan.
Wow.
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 I just need 50 more points and then I can make Gareth do random 40k lore for 5 minutes.
Say, save it for tomorrow's stream. Or not tomorrow's, Wednesdays.
We'll say you're mixing it up.
Yeah.
You have to do an annual 24-hour stream.
Oof. No. Well, first of all, with like winter ops and stuff towards the end of the year anyways, like yeah, no, there's no way I'd be able to schedule that. I'd have to do that like in October or something like that, and even then that would be dicey depending on weather here in Nebraska.
I know what we could do. We could take shifts. We'll all congregate at your house and we'll just rotate.
The ship's doing what now?
Painting shit.
Oh. All I have is house paint.
Well, you'd be here at my setup, so
I know, but I don't want to use your stuff. That's your stuff.
I'd let you use my stuff. Somehow I don't think I'd miss all of it.
Okay.
We could have fun because we could, in our faces,
God.
paint ourselves.
But I don't like people.
That's
Well,
not true.
we turn off the person camera for you, so Jan. That way you don't have to be on camera. They can just see your spatchcock hands. So, all right. Well, we'll probably just call it a night here. But yeah, he's pretty much done. Just need to finish a little details on the book. I'll put some scribbling on the page to make it look like Eldritch runes and magics, spelled with J's and K's. Yeah, then after that, alternate heroes are done. I think I'll just keep working on that special box set, though, just to finish that off. So,
Yeah, for sure.
yep. But, yeah, otherwise, yeah, that's about it for the evening then, I guess. And, yeah, you guys got anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Just have a Coke and a smile. See you next time.
Yep.
Have a good night.
All right.
Stay
Have a good night.
excellent to each other.
Yeah, be excellent to one another. There we go. And just remember between now and then to keep on painting.